Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope you're all okay. We've had a good day. We're excited about today's session. So, thank you so much for taking your time to join us today. If you're here, just hold on. Yeah. If you're here, please introduce yourself in the chat section. You can introduce yourself and tell us where you're joining us from. It's a pleasure to be here with you again today. Uh, this is what? This is our third session so far, right? Let me just check. When we started our classes. Okay. Yes, so this is our third session so far, right? And I hope we've all been learning. There are a few things that we've learned, and everything that we've learned, we're ready to put them into action, right? So thank you all. Let me see who's here with us today. I can see Fiona. Hi, Fiona. Fiona is joining us from Uganda. Edlin is joining us from Uganda. Farida is joining us from Uganda. Mikal from Zambia. Edlin again. So Edlin, how are you? How was your day? Right? How have you been? Anna, how are you? And then Constance. I believe this is Constance. Yes. I hope you're all okay. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm glad to be here too, Janet, and welcome. Okay. My name is Beryl Okwach. Okay. I will be your trainer for the day. I work with Impact as the growth and partnership lead, and I'm also a trainer, right? And it's a pleasure to be here with you today. Jovita and Caroline joining us both from Uganda. Okay. Janet is also from Uganda. It's a pleasure to have you all on this call. Okay. So please, if you know someone who's supposed to be here and they're not here with us today, please remind them, just prompt them that the session has started and remind them to join the class. Okay. So please feel free to remind them. You can also hit the share button to share the session's link, maybe on your social media channels, to encourage other people to join the digital skills training. Also, if you have not followed us on our YouTube channel, this is the time, just before we get started with the session, this is the time to actually follow us. Please go and follow us. Click the subscribe button. You can see the subscribe button just on your screen. So hit the subscribe button to follow us and get notifications of other future sessions. Okay. Then hit the thumbs up button to like today's session. You can see only two people have liked today's session. Or are you going to like the session after? So you can also hit the thumbs up button. It's just right below the screen, the one showcasing, the slides and myself. So you can hit the thumbs up button to like today's session. Okay. Who else has joined us? I can't see anyone new. I cannot see anyone new. And then you can also, while you're dropping your names and introducing yourself, if you were there in the previous classes, you can also tell us what your experience has been so far. What do you like about the sessions? If you're experiencing any challenge, you can also drop that for us in the chat section. Then we should be able to see anything that we can improve on. Okay, so you can also please feel free to drop your reviews about the session so far in the chat section. Um, in the chat section, you can also see there's Judith Lokosu with the spanner next to her name, the blue spanner. Judith is my colleague at Impact Hub, right? She's a business development lead at Impact Her, and she's based in Benin. I've never met Judith in person, okay, but we are very good friends and colleagues. And it's like we've known each other, so you can see the power of digital, in getting to work with each other, right? So thank you, Judith. Judith will be the moderator for today's session, basically picking responses in the chat section, responding to questions, ensuring that everything is okay. Right. So please make sure that you keep Judith busy with your questions. If you have any inquiries, you can also drop them in the chat section. Judith will be able to see them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Just to introduce myself again before we begin the session, my name is Berry Lokwat. I will be your trainer for the day. Okay. I'll be your trainer for the day. So, what we're going to look at today is social media marketing for your business. Social media marketing for your business. In the previous class, we looked at building your brand on the online space. So, how do you create your own brand identity? Okay. How do you create your own tone of voice for your brand? What do you need to consider for, I mean, while building your brand identity, we talked about having a logo, the colors that you even use for your designs, all right? Then the designs for your creative. Okay, those are the things that we looked at when we were discussing about building your brand identity, right? And then we went ahead and also looked at creating your digital marketing plan, which gave us an introduction to digital marketing. So we looked at what digital marketing is, right? And we say that, it's the use of the internet, all right, to reach out to clients, to sell your products, whatever objectives you have for your business. So leveraging on the internet to achieve that. And we say basically that's a layman's definition of digital marketing. And then the components of digital marketing, which are six. We talked about social media marketing, which is what you're going to focus on in today's class. Then we also looked at content marketing. We looked at search engine marketing. We looked at display advertising, email marketing, and search engine optimization. Okay. And then lastly, what was covered was if you want to create your own digital marketing plan, what do you need to consider or what do you need to include in your plan? Okay. So those were the focus for the classes that we've had so far. And today, out of those elements of digital marketing, our main focus will be social media marketing. Hi, Grace. It's nice to have you here. And Jolene, Grace and Jolene, welcome. Okay. So now let's just move on to the agenda for today's class. Three things that we will focus on, all right, in today's class. We're going to look at what exactly is social media marketing. And I know this was covered in the last class, but you're going to get at it, I mean, in detail. So, an introduction to social media marketing, what are the importance, I mean, what's the importance of social media marketing or the benefits of social media marketing? And then the pillars of social media marketing. We're also going to look at the different platforms and the features that each platform offers to our businesses. Okay, I hope you're all together up to that point. So that's what we're going to look at in today's class. And getting into an introduction to social media marketing. What is social media marketing? Basically, is when you either post text or images or videos to reach to your clients, all right, to reach your clients or to advertise your business or your products or services on social media. So the different social media platforms, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Now we have Threads that just came out. Is it earlier in the month? I think it was earlier in the month. There's Snapchat right now. There's TikTok. So I've been seeing so I am on TikTok and I've seen a lot of people now get to sell on TikTok. Like I don't want to call them hawkers. It's not really the correct way, I mean, the correct name to call them, but they're actually making sales on TikTok. TikTok hasn't been monetized in Africa yet. It hasn't been monetized. But there are people, I mean, people have found a way to leverage on the platform to actually make money. All right. So if it is representing brands, if it is marketing for brands, reaching out to new clients, right? So most businesses, even actually SMEs more than big brands, have been leveraging on TikTok for that, right? So in a nutshell, that's basically what social media marketing is. And if you're looking at the benefits that accrue from leveraging on social media marketing, we have increased brand awareness. More and more people get to know about the existence of your business. More people um, not just limited to the geographical location in which you're at, in which you're located, right? So you're able to reach out to people far beyond where your business is. Okay, so that's on increased brand awareness. You're able to increase your website traffic. So when you're creating your social media pages, let's say on Facebook, and you're inputting your details, there's a place where you need to, do you have a website? So, I mean, in your profile, do you have a website when you're creating your Facebook page? So you link your website to your Facebook page. If anyone feels like they want to know more about either your products or learn more about your business, they are free to click on that website link, and where they'll get more in-depth information about your business. So you get to increase your website traffic, and then you get to engage with your customers. If you're looking at statistics, we have a lot of people joining social media right now. If my father, who is almost 60 years old, is very active on Facebook, you can imagine the diversity of the people you're able to reach when you leverage on social media marketing, right? So you're able to engage with your clients. They're able to come to your page if they have feedback on the products that you're selling, if they have ideas, if they have recommendations, even complaints. All right, they're able to do that on your social media pages. And remember, engagement is the second last step towards conversion if you're looking at the customer journey funnel. So when you're looking at the process that the customer, or rather the journey clients go through before they purchase from you, there's awareness where they get to know about the existence of your business. There's interest where they're actually interested on one or two things that you're offering to them. There's evaluation where they get to wait, do they actually need the product vis-a-vis, or do they look at your product versus your competitors? So they're basically in the evaluation stage. Then they engage with you if it is asking for discounts or clarity, or they want to learn more about your product, they want to know where you're located. And then lastly is conversion, right? So the more you have, the more you increase your engagement rate, the highly likely you are to also increase your conversion rate. That's basically the ripple effect of increasing your engagement. And then it's cost effective. When I'm creating a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a LinkedIn page, it's not paid. I'm not paying for it. It's free, right? So it's very cost effective. And even if I want to run paid ads on the platforms, it's dependent on my budget. I can run ads for as low as $50, for as low as $40, right? During a specific period of time. So it's also cost effective for you. Unlike, if you want to run an ad, maybe you want to have a TV ad or a radio ad, how much are you going to pay? Those are the traditional forms of marketing. So what are you going to pay? Do you understand? So vis-a-vis digital marketing, this social media marketing is actually quite cost effective, right? When you're creating a social media marketing plan, right? So you've looked at the benefits. Now you've understood what social media marketing is. So you want to look at creating your own plan. What do you need to consider? The first thing you need to ask yourself is, what do I want to achieve? What's my end goal? What is my objective? Right? I want to get into social media, but why am I getting into social media? What do I want to achieve? Okay, that's on defining your goals, and then identifying your audience. I know what I want to achieve, but how am I going to achieve that? Who do I want to target? These are the products that I have. I want to increase my sales. Who is likely to buy from me? I'm in the fashion business. Am I selling clothes that are attractive to youth or teens or young adults or adults? So you need to identify your audience. When you're identifying your audience, you also need to ask yourself, maybe I'm targeting teens and youth for the kind of products that I'm selling. Which platforms do they normally use? So you do your audience research. You figure out that most of these teens and youth, they don't identify with LinkedIn. So they're mostly on TikTok, they're mostly on Instagram. Right now, most people say Facebook is outdated. But when you look at stats and figures, actually Facebook still has the highest number of users. It has the majority number of users as compared to the other platforms. But you're looking at engagement, so you can have Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Okay, so those are the things that actually help you to understand the kind of platform to choose. Basically, I've talked about selecting the platform and then create engaging content. So I've already identified the platforms. I figure out like Instagram is very visual, right? So I cannot be doing um, text posts on Instagram. And people like to see, beautiful images, short stories, short videos. So what kind of content will I be sharing? All right. Can I do a mix of videos, GIFs, images? Can I decide to start a blog and a content marketing? So you figure out the kind of content that you're going to share and stick to that. Those are the four things that you need to look at or rather consider when you're coming up with your own social media plan, right? Then some of the things that actually, you know, some of the things that social media will help you with in identifying or rather achieving your goals. And I've talked about this when you are looking at the benefits of social media marketing. It's increasing web traffic at first. I think I've talked about that. You're making posts, you're sharing. Remember, even on the posts that you're making on social media, they need to have a call to action. It's fine. I've made a post, I have a new product, maybe a new design that I tailored that I want to market, right? Then so what is fine, I've made a post on Facebook or Instagram, but what do I want people to do when they see that post, right? So I need a call to action on my post. If it is call to make an appointment, call to make an order, visit our shop to see our merchandise, whatever post you're making, you need to have a call to action, right? But that was besides the point. So we're looking at increasing web traffic. And I said it's very important that when you are, creating these social media pages, you need to make sure that you input or you make sure all your details are in one place, right? If it is your website, you've linked it to your Facebook, you've put the same link on your Instagram, right? So it's easy for people to transition from either platforms if they want to learn more about you. Remember, you can always link your Facebook and Instagram. You can link if you have a WhatsApp business, you can sync it with your Facebook. All right. So it's easy for your clients to transition from either of the platforms if they want to reach out to you or learn more about your business. And that's the same. That basically takes us to web traffic. Then building conversations. The kind of posts that you're making should be encouraging engagement. So you can, even if you're making a post, you can be asking things like, what do you think about this new design of what do you think about this new design that we came up with? Right. So you're making leading posts or leading captions that will encourage people to actually drop comments, right? Then you're also able to raise your brand awareness. I talked about this. Ensuring that you're reaching out to people beyond where you're located. Then you're also able to create your brand identity. This was covered in the first class. You have your logo. Normally, it's recommended that for these social media platforms, it is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever platform, you have your logo as your profile picture. And then your cover image is basically an image that best represents what your business is about. If you're a restaurant, maybe you can have food as your cover image. If you're a tours and travel company, you can have those big cars, those safari cars, you know, that people normally use to travel, or a campfire. So when someone looks at your page, even before reading your about us, they already can figure what your business is about, right? So that's on brand identity. You're able to create a brand identity. The kind of creatives that you're sharing, they have the same, even if you're changing the design a little bit, it's mostly relatable to your brand. The colors that you are using match your logo, right? that's on creating your brand identity. So basically, on improving communication and interaction, basically takes us to step number two, which is building conversation, right? So those are the things that you get to, benefit when you get into social media marketing. And some of the tips to consider, right? We looked at when you're creating your own plan, you come up with your goals, you come up with, do your identify your target audience, identify the kind of content to share, and then the platform to select, right? But also, other things that you need to do is you need to look at what are your competitors doing. Look at your competitors' pages. Competitors are basically people who you share the same target audience with or have the possibility to get into your market. There are different kind of competitors. There are direct competitors, indirect competitors, future competitors, potential competitors, disruptors, right? The different kinds of competitors. So you need to look at these competitors and see what they're doing on their own platforms. What is it that they're doing that is working out for them, that is giving them more followers, that is making them have a lot of engagement? Can you replicate the same for your business, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is, what is it that they're not doing? What is the gap that they're not covering that you can leverage on? So you create a unique selling point from the gap that they're not covering that your clients actually need, right? So that helps you to stay ahead of the game. Then look at, do research on the kind of contents that are shared on social media. You might even do your research on, pages, business pages that are not even your competitors, probably business pages that share the same target audience. Like maybe it's a different business, they're not dealing with what you're dealing with, but their their products or their services still target the same audience. Look at the tone of voice that you're using, look at the kind of content that they're sharing. Can you also replicate that, right? So that's great social content. And then consistency in your brand image, the kind of identity that you have curated for your own business, you need to be consistent with it because your customers get to identify your business with that, right? Then there's also measuring success and insights. This will be covered later on, deeply in another class. You need to, so I've gotten onto Facebook, I've gotten onto Instagram. Is this platform working out for me? I've been doing video posts, right? What is the engagement rate on these posts? Who are the kind of people engaging with my posts? At what time are they engaging with my post? Which is my best performing content? You need to look at all these insights to be able to know whether your marketing strategy is working out for you or not. Then you also need to do your content planning. So you figure out, I want to be making posts every day. I want to be making posts thrice a week. If it is thrice a week, will I be doing the posts in the morning or in the evening? So this takes you to your insights. When you're looking at your insights and you get automated, you get generated insights from all of these platforms, right? So you look at maybe in the past month, most of the people who interacted with my content are maybe 25 to 30-year-old females, right? Maybe 20, let's do 20 to 30-year-old females. And most of the time, when they were engaging with me, dropping their comments, liking my content, they were doing it in the evening, all right? So the posts that I made in the morning didn't have a lot of traction, but the ones I made in the evening got a lot of engagement. But it only makes sense because I want more and more people to be engaging with me to be posting in the evening. Okay. So that's on social media planning. And all these tools, they offer this scheduling. They offer a scheduling feature. So you're able to schedule. I don't have to wait every day to be doing my post every day. I can decide maybe every Monday I will be scheduling my posts for that week. So when I'm making my post, instead of clicking publish, for example, like on Facebook, you make a post, you click on publish. I can publish the post for that specific day, but I want to schedule posts for Wednesday and Thursday. So on that icon for publish, there's usually an arrow. So when you click the drop down arrow, it will tell you for later, publish for later. Okay, so you or schedule. So you click on that, and then the calendar comes in. So which date do you want to schedule this post? Maybe Wednesday at 4 p.m. Okay. Even if, so long as I click on schedule and I put my image and my caption there and make sure it's correct, even if my phone is off, even if I'm not on my laptop, the post will be able to go live. So you need to leverage on that specific feature, right? Now let's get into the different kind of platforms and their different features, because this will help you to understand basically how each platform operates. Remember, it's not one size fits all for all of these platforms, right? So Facebook can help you to increase traffic to your website. Remember, when you're inputting, information about your business, your understanding. So don't be very comprehensive. Don't put a lot of information, because people don't like to read a lot of text, right? So be brief about us, straight to the point, your hours of operation, your location, the number to reach you on. That's very, very important. All right. The number to reach you on, if you have an email address, if you have a website, make sure that information is accessible, right? Then you're able to do targeted advertising on Facebook. If I want to do paid advertising on Facebook, maybe I want to generate leads, right? So I want to do a lead generation ad. So when I'm creating the ad, and you can create the ad from your Facebook Business Manager. When you're creating the ad, you get to choose, what is my objectives for this ad? What do I want to achieve? I want to generate leads. Then I put my image, the one that I already have. What is my caption for that? Right? Then there's a form. There's an inbuilt form, right? So you can customize the questions if you want. So the name, the email address, the phone number, right? That's the kind of information I want to collect, because I'm generating leads. So anyone, when they see my ad, okay, it will also tell me, where do I want this ad to appear? Even if I'm in Kenya, I can say, I don't want, we have different cities in Kenya. I can say, I don't want my ad to appear to people in Kisumu. I only want my ad to appear to people in Nairobi, right? I can choose Nairobi. So even if my page, people in Kisumu, always visit my page, they will not be able to see my ad, because I've targeted Nairobi as the region for where my ad should appear. And maybe my ad to appear to women between 25 to 30. So even if they're 50, and Facebook has their basically their details, whatever, they will not see that ad, right? And remember, when you're doing paid ads, right, it's very targeted. Your ad actually goes to people whose digital footprints have shown that maybe they made a previous search or have an interest in your product or service. So they're likely to buy from you, right? So you're also able to raise your brand awareness. I've talked about sharing basic information. Facebook is very versatile. You can share different kinds of content on Facebook. So there's images, videos, carousels, multiple images. You're able to talk to different kinds of people and offer your customer support. People come to your page, they drop reviews, they drop comments. They want, they probably bought something from you and they don't understand how it works. You can do live videos on product demos, right? So those are the things that you can do with on Facebook. Then there's also Instagram. Like I said, Instagram is very visual. So people like, so with Instagram, actually with all these platforms, you need to use very high resolution images, right? Make sure your images have good lighting, right? Whatever it is that is you want to be shown in that specific image should be the focus. If I'm selling water bottles and I've done maybe product shoots, my water bottle, right, should be the focus of that specific creative. That's what I want people to see. Then when you're coming up with creative, there's usually the 80-20 rule. 20% of your image should occupy 20% of the space on your creative. Sorry, your image should occupy 80%, 80% of the space in your creative, and 20% is the text. So that means your creative should not be too wordy, too texty, right? Then with Instagram, you can sell products to customers. You also can advertise on Instagram, all right? Then interact your audience, then use hashtags. So hashtags help your post to appear to relevant people. You're able to hop on trends with hashtags. Just make sure that you don't overdo with the hashtags. Don't have like 20 hashtags, 15 hashtags in one post, right? Not even pleasing to the eye. So make sure that you leverage on hashtags, especially on Instagram and Twitter, so that your posts are able to appear to, people. If someone makes a search, goes to make a search on what's trending, right? Or they made a post with a specific hashtag, or I said make a search on with a specific hashtag, right? So your post can appear on their timeline. So you can use some search terms to create your own hashtags, right? So you can use, if people are searching for African wear, like say African wear is one of the search terms that people search for when they're looking for African clothing. You can have hashtag African wear as one of the hashtags you're using on your post, right? Then LinkedIn is usually very professional. LinkedIn is very, very professional. The kind of language you're using on LinkedIn is not the same kind of language you can use on, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, right? So LinkedIn is very professional, and you can, you can position yourself as a thought leader on on LinkedIn. So people can be coming to your page to learn about industry news, to learn about the new tech that has come out. So how do you want people to view you? So that's where you form your own, thought leadership personality on LinkedIn. So that actually works out for you, right? Then Twitter is very good with quick fire conversations. It's very good with quick fire conversations. You're not doing, there's a limit with uh, the number of words, right? That you can use on Twitter. And Twitter is also good with hashtags. So make sure you're using relevant hashtags, right? You want to join into trending conversations. Twitter is the best place to be at, right? You can use, it's also visual. You can use photos, GIFs. Right now, you can actually even run polls on Facebook. You can run polls on Facebook. You can run polls on WhatsApp. You can run polls on Twitter. So to basically get an idea, maybe you want to get into a new market, or you want to modify one of the products that you have. So you can do a poll on these platforms so that you get to know the reception of people. Do you understand? And you're also able to, you're also able to identify to advertise on Twitter. So I'll take the first break at this point. Do I have any questions so far? I'll take the first break at this point. Do I have any question before we move on to the second part of the class? Let me see who is here. Who is here? I know I said hi to Jolene, and I said hi to Grace. Neema from Somalia, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Farida, how are you? All right. From the last session, it seemed to me that social media marketing is a full-time job. There are actually people who get employed as social media managers. So it depends on how well you understand social media marketing. So as much as you're even doing it for your own business, I can decide, you know what, I can actually offer these same services. I understand social media marketing, the organic bit of it, the paid bit of it, I can decide to offer other SMEs these services. So they be paying me to do their content creation. They can pay me to do their social media marketing. They can pay me to do their community management. All right. So you can create a profession out of social media marketing. People do that, right? And it's very, very marketable. Seeing that we have a lot of people, or rather a lot of businesses, trying to increase their revenue and leverage on social media to achieve their business goals. All right. So, Christine, thank you for joining us. Rosette, Emily, hi. All right. Firi, Janet. Then I have a question from Janet. How do we make hashtags in relation to what we sell? For a wider view, most especially on IG and TikTok. So, with hashtags that I think I mentioned this, you need to do research. First of all, you need to do research on the kind of terms people are using when, or rather, your clients are using to search for your product or service. And I gave an example. Maybe I'm in the fashion business, right? I'm a fashion designer. So I'm designing clothes, I'm tailoring them, and I'm selling clothes, African wear or African contemporary wear, right? And I do my research and I find that when people go online, right, they search for, things like African wear, you know, contemporary African wear. Those are the terms that people use when they want to search for, the specific product. So I can use those search terms as my hashtags. All right. So when they make that search, my maybe on social media or even on the search engine, my listing, my page can appear as a result. All right, to what they're looking for. That's one. And then you'll see that sometimes we have these trending conversations. All right, there are, conversations that are trending online, right? So I want my, my listing or my page to appear during such trends. But sometimes that's also, you need to weigh. So maybe people are, complaining about power outage, for example. All right, so there's hashtag power outage. Please, so you'll find some businesses making a post maybe for a new product, all right? Maybe making a post for a new product, not even related to the hashtag, and they put hashtag power outage just because that's what's trending. No, that's not how it works. So normally, if you want to hop onto, maybe the hashtag power outage has been going on for like a week, and you feel like I can leverage on it. So can I make a post that's almost related to that, all right, but still marketing my business? That's what, if you look at what these big brands do on their pages, that's what happens, right? So you can do, maybe make a post on, maybe you're in the fashion business. You can say that, for example, um, you know, if you're experiencing power outage, probably you're not able to iron your clothes, the kind of fabrics that we sell, right, or that we, create our dresses with, do not wrinkle. So you'll still be able to go to your outing, all right, with a perfect dress or clothes. So at that point, you can use the power outage hashtag. So you have to figure out, how can I leverage my caption, market my business, and still hop onto the trend, because they have to match, right? So I hope you've understood that, Janet. That's just an example. I've given you two ways in which you can leverage on hashtags for either IG or TikTok. Is that okay? I hope that's okay, Janet. Do I have any other question? Any question? I assume there's no other question. If there's no other question, thank you, Janet. If there's no other question, you can also, tell me we have no other question, let's move on. But I'll come back to look at the next questions, if there are any, in a few. So why is social media marketing important to your business? And I've actually given a list of all these things in the first class. We talked about web traffic, we talked about increasing in conversations, we talked about increasing your brand awareness. We talked about like five of them, right? So like, just get into detail of what you get to benefit. You get to tell your story. You get to talk about your brand. You can do a short video on from where we started to where we are, right? You can do a short video on the kind of products you're selling, right? So you get to tell your story, promote your products or services, grow your budget. Grow your audience with a small budget. That's where we said it's, social media marketing is cost effective, because depending on how much you have, can I run my ad? You're able to do your competitor analysis, look at what they're posting on their page. um, how are they engaging? What kind of content are they sharing, right? Then increase your overall ROI. So this is the effort I'm inputting into my business. This is the designs I'm sharing. I ran an ad. I ran a lead generation ad for 5 days, and I spent $50. How many leads did I get? So I got like 100 leads or 200 leads or 300 leads just from $50. All right. So I'm able to know this is what I put in, this is what came out. Do you understand? So, the more I also engage with my audience, I'm able to build a relationship with them. So sometimes you'll find that I'll make a post and they're usually the consistent people who are posting. So I've created some kind of relationship with my clients. Do you understand? So there's a lot that you stand to benefit by getting into social media, right? Then you need to be consistent. I talked about consistency with your brand identity. If my design of flyers is in a certain way, I will maintain that. The tone of voice, right, that I'm making my posts with. Do I want to when people come to my page, the kind of tone that they meet there, do I want a serious tone, do I want a witty tone, do I want a funny tone? All right, so there's that tone of voice that you want to adopt. Okay. That will be encouraging your clients to relate with you. All right, so the tone of voice that you take is also dependent on the kind of audience that you're reaching out to, right? Then making sure that I'm sharing quality content. If it is images, high resolution images, clear images, not busy images, all right? If it is engagement, all right, how am I responding to my clients? If they drop a comment in the morning, do they have to wait until evening for me to respond to that comment? What is my turnaround time for responding to comments? All right. Then I talked about insights. Is this platform working out for me? The contents that I'm sharing, are they working out for me? I ran an ad. How much did I get from that ad? Do you understand? So those are the essentials of social media marketing. And looking at examples of social media marketing, you can run a prospecting campaign. And this is the lead generation campaign that I talked about. So I want to generate leads, right? I can run a prospecting campaign. So I'm getting new leads. Do you understand? Then a retargeting campaign. So I'm basically running an ad to reach out to people who um, already bought from me. All right. Maybe people bought, I'm an iPhone shop, people bought iPhones from my shop. All right. Then I've decided, you know what, just beside iPhones, I'm going to bring in new products. So I'll start selling iPhone accessories, right? If it is customized back covers, screen protectors, AirPods. So I decide to bring in iPhone accessories. So I can run a retargeting ad, all right, to the people who bought iPhones from me. So they know that if at all they need back covers, now I have them. They need screen protectors for iPhones. Now I have them. Do they need AirPods? Now I have them. Do you understand? So that's retargeting. As much as I'm getting new clients, I'm also reaching out to people who already interacted with me before. And then there's a conversion campaign. I'm making a campaign to increase my sales. Like basically that's it. Whether it's for my new clients or my old clients, I'm not running an ad to generate leads. Do you understand? And I'm not running an ad for awareness. I want to make sales. So there's also the conversion ad. There are three types of campaigns that you need to do. Right? Then when you're creating a social media strategy, we talked about, first of all, your goal, knowing your goal, understanding your content that you're going to share, the channel you're going to use, and the audience. Do you understand? And the audience. Those are the things that we said you need to focus on when you're creating your own social media strategy. Do you understand? What kind of content do I want to share? What is the tone? I've talked so much about your tone and the style of images and your style of images. All right. So, figure out what topics resonate with your audience. So when you're looking at your audience, you're looking at their demography. It will help you to identify the tone to use. It will help you to identify the platform to use. It will help you to identify um, what else? It will also help you to identify. I've talked about the tone, right? The language, right? The when you are also able to get them, because if I'm targeting teens, right, and youth, I know they're online most time of the day, so I can post at any one point. But if my clients are mostly people in the corporate sector, then I know I can get them in the evening when they're from work, so from around 5, or I can get them in the morning, probably before 8 and around lunchtime. So probably those would be the ideal times to make my posts, depending on the kind of audience I'm sharing. That's why it's important to understand your audience. It basically gives you a base of most of the things that you will do in your marketing strategy. All right. So when you're sharing the content, it needs to be relevant. Make sure your content resonates with your target audience, even the language. I cannot be targeting corporate people, and the language I'm using, is not even, it's like I'm talking to teenagers. Do you understand? It doesn't work like that. So you also need to be informative. So you ask yourself, what do I want to achieve with this post? I want to inform my clients about my new product. I want to inform them about my new prices, right? What do you want to achieve, right? That it needs to be useful and entertaining. Don't be so serious and gloomy also, all right? Don't be so serious and gloomy. And then are they able to share? Make your post shareable. So if they find them your post interesting, they're able to share onto their own pages, all right, which helps you to reach out to more people who probably don't even follow you, all right? And then you need to be consistent with your posting. I can't come to your page and you imagine you're a serious entrepreneur. I come into your page and I find that the last time you posted was 2 weeks ago and you claim you're operational. No, posting regularly helps to maintain your engagement, right? Makes your page lively. You're able to encourage other clients to even buy from you. So they come to your page, they see, you're very busy with posting, you have a high engagement rate, you have a lot of reviews. So when people buy from you, also encourage them to drop reviews on your page. So they see positive reviews on your page. It also helps with your algorithm. And then use visuals. Like I said, people like to see beautiful things, beautiful flyers, beautiful posters. If you can use hashtags, I've talked about hashtags, and make sure you're collaborating. If I can collaborate with another brand, all right, okay, on a post, or I can decide to do, we'll have a live video on Friday where I'm inviting so and so from this and this, all right? So they'll come and give us maybe the export view on our industry, things like that. So you can collaborate on live videos, all right? You can collaborate on even recorded videos and share and tag the other person, right? Because as much as your followers will be able to see it, when you tag them, their followers, right, are also able to see that specific post. So make sure you also do a lot of collaboration, right? Then when you're looking at insights, especially for the kind of post, if I go to Facebook Business Manager and I go to the insights, I'm able to see who are the social media users who interacted with my posts. I need to know who saw my posts, who liked my post, who commented on my post, what time did they spend on my page, what content did they like, what kind of comments did they drop, right? And then their purchasing decisions, because at the end of the day, conversion is the most important goal for businesses. Do you get? Conversion is the most important goal for businesses. So thank you. Is the second part. Do I have any question? I'm so sorry, Lucky. Lucky says her network is on and off. I'm so sorry about that. Rosette says thank you, learning a lot. I'm really happy that you're learning a lot. All right. So the registration, yes, the attendance form will be shared shortly. Thank you, Rosette, for that. The attendance form will be shared shortly. And then Christine asks, is it okay to generate marketing videos without including the price tags? For instance, kitchenware without prices. Then at the end of the video, I request the client or customer to inbox me. No, actually, it's usually recommended. I mean, when you go to a petrol station and you want to fuel your car, right? There's usually that board over there, whether they've hiked the prices or not hiked the prices. So when you go to a petrol station, for example, there's usually that board with a petrol this amount, diesel this amount, right? What else? There's usually petrol, diesel, and what? So let's use petrol and diesel. Premium, whatever, this specific amount. Can you imagine driving to a petrol station and you see that and you see petrol, DM me, diesel, DM me, all right? It doesn't work like that. Okay. So just be outright. If you're genuine with your prices, just be outright about it. All right. So you can have a standard price. If someone wants to discount or wants to negotiate, then they can do that when they reach out to you, but have a standard price. This thing for DM actually doesn't work out well. And I'm actually in a group of marketers, and we discuss this every single time. Just be outright. I mean, if you're genuine with your prices, just be outright about it. Do you understand? So it's very, very important. It also helps with your, how people view your business, right? Um, then Okay. So I'm looking at the time. I don't think I'll be able to take you through insights, but there's a whole session that will cover that. There's actually a whole session dedicated to data and insights. And just make sure you don't miss that. I think it will be next week. Next week on Wednesday, you'll have a session on data and insights. So make sure you don't miss that. Then Farida says, so does it mean that if I don't use Facebook, I miss out on the largest number of customers? Well, it also depends where your clients are. That's why I said it's important to identify your target audience. So when you're doing your audience research, identify which platforms they mostly use. But for sure, um, it could be Instagram, it could be Facebook. But like I said, whatever else you decide, Facebook just has the most majority of users. So if you're reaching out to young people, right? Say Gen Z, most of them are on Instagram. I can tell you that for sure. Most of them are on Instagram. So, depending on the kind of audience you're using. So if you're going back to, the generation before Gen Z, most of us are on Facebook. As much as we're on Instagram, we're still on Facebook, right? So, and even the big brands, they still leverage on Facebook. But if your specific clients are mostly Gen Z, I'll tell you for sure you'll find them on either Instagram or TikTok, right? Um, then, sorry. Farida explained more about hashtags, so I'll get to that. Isaac says how to check out particular impression persons on LinkedIn and Facebook so as to engage with them. All right. Uh, Hi, Simon. Thank you. So, Isaac and Prispa, I don't think I'll respond to your question today, but like I said, next week on Wednesday will be dedicated entirely to data and insights. So please make sure you don't miss out on next week's sessions. All right. Okay. Then Farida says, explain more about hashtags. So I'll just give a brief summary because I've really talked about hashtags in today's class. So hashtags, it helps you with the visibility of your post, right? To your specific clients or to people who are, making or to what's trending, for example. All right. So people, you'll be asking yourself, how do I come up with hashtags? So you need to do keyword research, identify the kind of terms that people are using when they search for your product or service, right? And I give an example. I'm into the fashion business. I'm selling African contemporary wear. I find out that when people go online, they search for African wear, ladies African wear, men's African wear, African contemporary wear. I can use these search terms to create my own hashtag. So I can have hashtag ladies African wear, hashtag men's African wear, hashtag African wear, hashtag African contemporary wear. Do you understand? So if they make a search for those specific, using those specific terms, my post will appear on their results page, right? That's one. And then you can look at what's trending. You can make a search on what's trending on Instagram, what's trending on Twitter, right? And can I hop onto that trend? So there are trends that you can hop on and use those same hashtags, but your post has to be relatable to that hashtag. That's where I gave an example, for example, of hashtag power outage. I can't be making a post of my new product and then I just write hashtag power outage because that's what's trending. I need to figure out a way to make my post relate to that hashtag. All right. So yeah, thank you, Farida. I think Farida said. Okay, thank you. So let's move on to the last part of the class. All right. So we'll go over the last part of today's class, the core pillars of social media marketing. The core, and there are 5 core pillars: the strategy, planning and publishing, advertising, listening and engagement, and analytics. Those are the 5 core pillars of social media marketing. And we'll get to all of them in detail. So when you're coming up with your strategy, the first thing, right, is what do I want to achieve? What is my end goal? All right. So, which platform? When I figure out my end goal, then I'll get to figure out my audience. Who am I targeting? All right. Which platforms are my clients using? Then I can create pages on those platforms. What kind of content from my competitors' analysis? I've looked at my competitors' pages. They're posting, videos. They're posting GIFs. They're posting blogs. Which kind of their content has most traction, right? So you can even ask the clients that you're able to reach out to. You can ask them which kind of content they like. Do you understand? So you figure out the kind of content to share. Then when you're looking at planning and publishing, I gave an example. I can decide to be doing 3 posts in a day, in a week, 4 posts in a week. I don't have to wake up every morning and do those posts every single day. It's tiring, it's tiresome. Okay. And I've already figured out from my insights, most of the people interact with my posts in the evening. So sometimes if I let myself be making the post every single day, will get to evening, all right? Maybe that day I'm so tired or something came up, I forgot to make a post and it was very important. So you see, I've derailed myself. So I can plan. These are what I will post this week. These are the images that will go with this post. Let me plan and publish them. So when I'm publishing for today, I can publish for today, but I can actually schedule my post to go out Wednesday. I can schedule my post to go out Friday. All right. So when, for example, I give an example for like Facebook. When you link, for example, you link your Facebook and Instagram, then you want to go online and schedule your post. After making your post, under the that publishing icon, there is an arrow. So you click on that drop down arrow, it will bring a calendar. Right. So from the calendar, you choose the day you want that post to go out, the time when you want it to go out, and then you save. So even if my phone is off, I'm not on my phone, I'm not online, so long I scheduled that post, it's going to go out at that specific date or time, right? Then listening and engagement. I need to monitor the kind of conversations that, or the kind of comments that people are dropping on my page. I need to know whether they are positive, are they recommendations? If they're negative, how can I handle them? So don't be the kind of entrepreneur where someone drops a comment on your page, maybe they don't like your product, you quickly delete that comment without handling it. Do not be the kind of person. Learn from that. So figure out how to handle it. All right. Is it something you can improve on? Was there a misunderstanding that caused this person to drop a negative comment on your page? Handle it. So do a lot of social listening. This also goes towards looking at your competitors' pages. Look at what the audience, because you're sharing the same target audience. Look at the kind of comments they're dropping. You'll be able to know their interests, their perceptions, all right, and learn from that. Do you understand? Then don't be like I mentioned, someone drops a comment in the morning, so they ask you, maybe you've dropped a lot of product images, right? Maybe you haven't included prices, which I don't recommend. Just put your products there with your prices there. Okay. Then they ask you how much for this, or you've put your prices and then someone asks, is this negotiable? Right? Do you deliver in this place? So they drop the comment today, you're responding tomorrow. Maybe they had the money today, they wanted to buy today, and you're responding tomorrow, right? So you get to miss out on opportunities when you take time to respond to comments. Then analytics. always look at insights, always look at data. Is it working out for you? So the best thing, especially the Facebook Business Manager, it's going to show you last month you made this number of posts, right? Which one was your best performing post last month? Which was your least performing post? And you can look at them vis-a-vis each other and figure out, okay, this was my least performing post. Why? All right. Then you figure out, obviously, you don't want to be getting, putting in effort to make posts and then not getting any traction. Do you get? Then on advertising, do you have the money to get into paid advertising? Do you have the money to get into paid advertising? All right. So you can decide to a lead generation ad. We talked about prospecting campaigns. We talked about retargeting campaigns. We talked about conversion campaigns. Sorry, just hold on. Okay, sorry. So we talked about all these things, all right? So which campaign do you want to run? Do I want to run prospecting campaign? Do I want to run a retargeting campaign? Do I want to run a conversion campaign? So understand your goal first. Understand, where do I want this ad to be seen? Who do I want to see this ad? All right. Remember, you can target your ads by location, the kind of people, their people's interests. All right. So you can target all your campaigns to your specifications. All right. So basically, those are the 5 core pillars of marketing. Right. And I hope we've all taken note of all those things. So how can you schedule on Instagram? It's the same way. When you go to Instagram, for example, I'm going to my Instagram page right now as I speak. I'm just going to my Instagram page right now. Okay. So I want to schedule you can actually schedule your Instagram post from your Facebook Business Manager. If you've linked your Facebook, if you've linked your Instagram with your Facebook, you can schedule from your Facebook Business Manager. All right. You can schedule posts from your Facebook Business Manager. All right. Then looking at, for example, when you go to Instagram, you've clicked your image. Remember, we said Instagram is very visual, right? You've clicked your image, you've put your caption, all right? Then you want to make a post. Just hold on. For example, I've made my post there, all right? So you can choose, let me see, accessibility. No. Okay. But what I know is from the Facebook Business Manager, you're able to schedule your post on Instagram from the Facebook Business Manager. That's why it's recommended that you actually, link your Facebook and your Instagram. And then if you can sync your WhatsApp business with your Facebook, please make sure to do that as well. All right. I hope you're all together at that point. That's the last bit of this class. All right. Let me see if I have any other question. Christine, I'm sorry. I hope you'll be able to fill the attendance form today. It was previously shared. So Judith, can you please reshare the attendance form for everyone? Or let me just reshare it. I don't know if it's going to come all of it. No. Yeah, please make sure you fill in the attendance form. Here it is. And then if you want to learn more, thank you, Judith has shared. If you feel like I want to learn more, I actually want to learn more, you can go to learndigital.withgoogle.com. The link will also be shared. Go and learn more. Read more about social media marketing. Read more about search engine marketing. And you're still able to get your certificates on that platform. All right. Exciting. Would you share more light on how we can integrate the calendar on posts? Sorry, I'm not sure I understand your. I'm not sure I understand your question. So they're different. For example, there are different social media management platforms. There's Hootsuite, all right? I'll just type it out for you. There's Hootsuite, okay, and there's Zoho. So these are social media management platforms, but you pay for them, all right? So if I have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, I have like 5 pages. I can manage all those pages from that specific platform, all right? I can manage all from one specific platform, one interface. I want to make a post on Facebook. I can make a post on that platform on Hootsuite and it will go to Facebook. I can make a post on Instagram and it will go to Instagram. All right. But that's paid for. If you don't want to pay for them, then I can decide. I can just make my post on Excel. All right. So I create an Excel. I write here Monday. Then this is the date that I want it to go out. This is the time that I want it to go out. This is the caption and this is the image. All right. So I go to Facebook, I choose create post, right? Uh, I choose the caption, I choose the image. So remember, this is like on Wednesday. I want to make a post for tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. So I just choose my caption, my image, all right? I put my hashtags, I put my call to action there. Then instead of publishing, I click the drop down arrow. It's just the normal posting that you do. I click the drop down arrow. It will ask me publish for later. I click later. It will bring me a calendar automatically. Then I choose this post. I want it to go out tomorrow at 5 p.m. Then I click on that and then I choose save. Then if I've integrated my Facebook and Instagram, it's going to ask me, um, uh, post on Instagram as well. I choose yes. So when I click on that and save, it will post both on Facebook and Instagram, right? So how can I merge my social medias together? If you have Facebook, uh, not all socials, just Instagram, because Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are under the family of Meta. So just Facebook and Instagram, okay? Not Twitter. Twitter is not under the same family, right? So just Facebook and Instagram. That is, if I post on Facebook, it can show on Instagram. If I post on Instagram, it can show on Facebook. All right. So if you want to merge them, you go to your Facebook Business Manager. So long as you have a Facebook business page, then you have you have access to the Facebook Business Manager and it's free. So you go to your Facebook Business Manager, all right? Then you you click on settings. So under settings, you're going to see there's those different icons with different topics, all right? So you choose merge your Instagram, or sync your Instagram, link your Instagram. Then you choose your Instagram. So remember, if it's your Facebook business page, then your Instagram has to be an Instagram business page. Do you understand? It has to be an Instagram business page. So you choose your Instagram page, all right, and then merge them together. So if you have a Facebook business page, just go to your Facebook business manager, click on settings, and merge your Instagram business page as well, right? It's step by step. It's very easy actually, all right? Then Lucky says, I missed the lesson on Friday. Is there any way I can get a hint of it? So if you missed the session on Friday, you can just go back to our YouTube channel. You'll go back to the YouTube channel, search for, the topic for Friday was create a digital marketing plan. Search for that. You're going to get a recording. You're going to get access to the recording, right, on our YouTube channel, Impact as YouTube channel. So you'll get it there. You can still listen to the whole recording and know what it is that they talk about. Okay. So I think that's it for today. Please make sure to follow us on our social media channels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. No, you cannot schedule on WhatsApp. You're not able to schedule on WhatsApp, Christine. But what you can do, if you use a WhatsApp business, if you use WhatsApp business, you can create a catalog. You can share your link, your WhatsApp link in different groups. You can share your WhatsApp link on your status. Okay, so when someone clicks on the link, it just brings them to the interface where they can, you know, converse with you. Okay, but you can't schedule on WhatsApp. Alrighty, so that's it for today. Uh, We'll meet again on Friday, although I'm not sure I'll be the one taking the session on Friday, or probably me or someone else. But we'll meet again on Friday. I hope you had a good session. You enjoyed the class today. I mean, it was good for me. I had fun explaining everything. All right. So bye. Bye, guys. Enjoy your evening. Goodbye. You can also say hi, bye to Judith. Judith, you can also tell everyone goodbye. Mhm.